So free space.
No.
Alright peeps, welcome back to the Breezy Off Station 87 studios, in which we're getting underway with my 5th game of Jeopardy for the Sega Genesis. So far, I have won $283,000. Let's win more.
Jeopardy.
Kurt and Jody are my opponents. Let's play Jeopardy. We have these as our categories.
You are the category.
Inventions, science, King's English, sports dates, hotels, and finally, American history. As I try to add on to my $283,000, I'll start things off with inventions for 100, please. Marconi's Wonderful Wireless. What is the telegraph?
Right.
Oh no. I keep getting those two mixed up. Does Kurt know this any better than I do? No.
Right.
Jody. It's the radio. Yeah, I wanted to say that,
You are
but
correct.
my mind was going in a different direction. So Jody has control of the board. As we go to inventions for 200. In 1869, an American minister created this oriental transport. What is a rickshaw?
You are correct.
Now I've got my first bit of cash. Tied for the lead, and I'll go with inventions for 300. Clarence Birdseye's 1920s hunting trip to Canada inspired this method of food preservation. What is freezing?
You are correct.
Inventions for 400. This fastener gets its name from a brand of galoshes it was used on. What is the zipper?
You are correct.
Inventions for 500. Designed over 100 years before airplanes to save people who jumped from burning buildings. What's a parachute?
You are correct.
I have $1,300, just like that. Let me have, science for 100. Land animal with the largest teeth. What is the elephant?
You are correct.
Science for 200. Stratigraphy is a branch of this earth science. Jody does not know.
Right.
So she'll go to minus 100. Geology. That was my guess, but I wasn't sure enough to buzz in. I'll take the $300 clue in science. Diffraction refers to the way it bends. What is light?
You are correct.
Science, 400. The two primary ferrous metals are iron and this. What is copper?
Try.
No. Man, money's dropping like flies. Oh, steel. Iron and steel. So Jody has some money. Now where to? Hotels for 100. National chain of hotels, often referred to as Hojos. What is Howard Johnson?
You are correct.
Hotels, 200. In 1977, the Eagles checked into the #1 spot on the charts with this song. What is Hotel California?
You are correct.
Hotels, 300. California's famous Ahwahnee Hotel is in the heart of this national park. What is Yosemite?
You are correct.
Hotels, 400. This payment plan includes both lodging and meals. What is the American plan?
You are correct.
Hotels, 500. In 1954, Conrad Hilton wrote checks for $97 million to purchase this entire hotel chain. Kurt. It is Statler Hotels.
You are correct.
Putting him at $200. American history, 100. Ironically, this symbol of American independence was cast in London in 1752. What is the American flag?
Try.
No. Jody. It is the Liberty Bell.
You are correct.
American history, 200. And she got the daily double. She can risk up to 500, which I know is exactly what she's going to do. Andrew Jackson pushed a bill through Congress to push all Indians west of this natural border, and it is the Mississippi. She's right. American history, 300. In 1861, it carried Lincoln's inaugural address from Missouri to Nevada in its best time ever. What is the Pony Express?
You are correct.
And I'll take American history for 500, please. For 400, I mean, excuse me. President who served as architect for much of the University of Virginia. Jody. Oh, she doesn't know.
Try.
I have a hunch, but I'm going to hold back. Thomas Jefferson, and that was my guess.
You are correct.
American History 500. The first of these arts awards were presented in 1929. What are the Academy Awards?
Try.
No, I bet it's the Oscars. Foop. Well,
Try.
Kurt doesn't know. Jody. The Oscars, yep.
You are correct.
King's English 100. The additional letter in the British spelling of honor and color. What is U?
You are correct.
King's English 200. What WC literally stands for? What is water closet?
You are correct.
I'll take King's English for 300. What a minder is? Jody? It is a bodyguard.
You are correct.
King's English 400. An American family goes on vacation while a British family goes on this. Kurt. Holiday, and that was my guess, but I didn't want to risk it.
You are correct.
Alright, King's English 500. If you get into a tube, you're not mailing yourself. You're in one of these. Jody. You're in a subway.
You are correct.
Okay, Science 500. Natural vanilla flavoring comes from this tropical flower. I'll try it. What is the orchid?
You are correct.
Yeah, lucky guess. We just have one category left. 100. When he won the U.S. Amateur Golf title in 1959, this golden bear was just a cub. Who's Jack Nicklaus?
You are correct.
200. This Yankee Iron Horse played 2,219 games beginning June 2nd, 1925. Who is Lou Gehrig?
You are correct.
300. At a Pennsylvania high school in February 1938, this athletic event was called due to the fog. In the gym? What is football? Or no, what is no, take that back. What is a basketball game?
You are correct.
Good thing. 400. Wyoming Seminary and Mansfield Teachers College played the first night game of this sport in 1892. What is, now is the time for what is football?
You are correct.
Now the last clue. On July 4th, 1981, John McEnroe stopped him from winning a 6th straight Wimbledon championship. Not sure about this one. Let's see if Kurt knows this. It is Bjorn Borg.
You are correct.
So Kurt has $1,000. Jody has $1,800. I'm in the lead with $3,800 as we get ready to start playing.
Double Jeopardy.
Double the dollar values. Put 2 daily doubles up on the board. And we have 6 brand new categories to deal with. Let's see what they are.
You are the category.
Fruits and veggies. TV trivia. History. Poetry. Singers and dancers. And finally, psychology. Okay. Let's start things off with fruits and veggies for 200. This dried fruit is often found in carrot cake. What are raisins?
You are correct.
Fruits and veggies for 400. As stated on most gelatin boxes, this fruit should be cooked before adding to a gelatin mixture. What is pineapple?
You are correct.
Fruits and veggies for 600. Also called the pie plant, its long reddish stalks are edible when cooked. What is rhubarb?
You are correct.
Fruits and veggies 800. Up to $5,000 right now. Collards, kale, and bok choy are all types of this vegetable. What is lettuce?
Try.
Oh no. Darn, 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 darny, darn! Cabbage!
You are correct.
Oh well. Okay, now we're going to poetry for 200. If you know a whit about poetry, you know that this man was the Quaker poet. Who's Walt Whitman?
Try.
What? Jody. Oh, John Greenleaf Whittier.
You are correct.
Okay. Poetry 400. Author of Les Miserables. He is called France's greatest lyric poet. Who is Victor Hugo?
You are correct.
Take poetry for 600. Poe said of these, what a horror they outpour on the bosom of the palpitating air. Kurt. What are the bells?
You are correct.
You are correct. And fruits and veggies, 1,000. In France, this onion-like vegetable is known as the asparagus of the poor. What is a leek?
You are correct.
Okay. Let's go to poetry for 800, please. In Longfellow's poem, she was the long-lost love of Gabriel Lajeunesse. Lajeunesse. I do not know how to pronounce that last name, so I'm not even going to try. Kurt. Evangeline. Mm-hmm.
You are correct.
2,400. Okay, poetry 1,000. Langston Hughes asks, what happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like this? Kurt. He does not know. So he'll lose $1,000. Jody. It dries up like a raisin in the sun. Okay.
You are correct.
You're up to $3,800, Joey. Jody, you make the next selection. Singers and dancers for $200. January 8th, 1991 was the 56th anniversary of this king's birth. Who was Elvis Presley?
You are correct.
Could I have singers and dancers for $400, please? On TV, the singing dancers sometimes wore brown shoes to play 10-speed. Ooh, I don't know this one. Kurt. Nope.
Fine.
Drops down to $1,000. Jody. Oh, Ben Vereen.
You are correct.
You're up to 4,200, Jody. Psychology 200. A bad one is biting your fingernails. A good one is calling mom once a week. What's a habit?
You are correct.
Can I have psychology for $400, please? This type of trait is the opposite of a dominant one. What is recessive?
You are correct.
Psychology for $600. One who suffers from periods of depression alternating with periods of extreme excitement. What is a manic depressive?
You are correct.
I'll take psychology for $800, please. And the answer there is one of the 2 daily doubles. I will make it a true daily double. The common name for somnambulism. What is sleepwalking?
You are correct.
$13,600. Let's close out psychology for $1,000. The ego resolves conflicts between this and the superego. What is the id?
You are correct.
14,600. Singers and dancers 600. This pop singer appeared with country star Gary Morris in the opera La Boheme. Kurt. Nope.
Fine.
Drops down to $200. Ugh. Or no, drops down to $400. Excuse me. I picked the $600 clue. Sorry, folks. Nope.
Fine.
Well, I don't know, so I'm not buzzing in.
No, the correct
Linda
response.
Ronstadt. Linda Ronstadt. Let's go with the singers and dancers for $800. This Okie from Muskogee was really born in Bakersfield, California. Miss Merle Haggard. Singers and dancers for 1,000. There. This great Russian ballerina's last words were, "Get my swan costume ready." Jody. It is Anna Pavlova.
You are correct.
You're up to 4,600, Jody. About 4 minutes, about 3.5 minutes worth of tape left. History 200. This nation's conquistadors called the New World El Dorado. What is Spain?
You are correct.
History for 400. And the answer, there's the other daily double. Time running out on the camera, and we don't have a lot of clues left either. I'll do it all. Signal to kill a vanquished gladiator. It imitated a sword thrust. What is thumbs down?
You are correct.
31-2. Okay, history for 600, please. Century of both American and French revolutions. What's the 18th?
You are correct.
History 800. The Treaty of Vareniging ended this conflict, which was more interesting than it sounded. What is the Boer War?
You are correct.
History 1,000. The number of days between Napoleon's return from Elba and his final defeat. What is 100?
You are
Good for
correct.
another 1,000. 33-6. I'm going to stop the camera real fast, and we'll see if we can get this game finished. Okay, let's go to TV Trivia 200. He's smarter than the average bear. Who's Yogi Bear?
You are correct.
400. He was Samantha's Uncle Arthur in the center square on Hollywood Squares. Who's Paul Lynde?
You are correct.
600. Call letters aired by Venus Flytrap and Dr. Johnny Fever. What is WKRP?
You are correct.
800. Primates played by Nesmith, Jones, Torque, and DeLenz in a 60s series. Who are the monkeys?
You are correct.
Now the last clue. City that was the original home of American Bandstand. What is Philadelphia?
You are correct.
So I have $36,600, Jody $4,600, Kurt just $400. So looks like it's another runaway game. Let's play Final Jeopardy. Our category is Celebrity Sings. Oh, I got this one. I'm gonna go all in. This golf is a good walk spoiled, so this author of Huckleberry Finn. Who is Mark Twain?
You know the correct response?
Yep. So I'm gonna have $73,200 this game. We know Kurt answered correctly. He only wagered 100. Jody got it wrong. She only loses 100. I got it right. So I go up to $73,200. Resulting in a 5-game win total of $356,200. I'll see you all for the next video, everybody. Game on with MC Champ and all of your favorite video game classics. More from Aubrey Scott Productions coming soon.